Hi, welcome to the Three Times podcast. Today, June 22nd, we're joining Hexham Abbey and the people of Hexham to celebrate the memory of Etheldreda with the Under the Sun Music Festival and an evening performance of Arrival, a specially developed work of movement and song about the experience of migration and finding a new home. Etheldreda was an East Anglian princess who was forcibly married to Ecgfrith, Prince of Northumbria. He became king in 670, but they divorced and, in 672, Etheldreda gave the lands we now know as Hexhamshire to Wilfred, Bishop of Northumbria, who founded the abbey in 674. The Under the Sun festival was held in the abbey cloisters and was organised by Penny Grennan. The musicians you will hear are the Storytellers Street Band, Fiddolin, the Platform House Band, the Hexpistols and Blue Lass. You can find the Storytellers Street Band, the Hexpistols and Blue Lass on Facebook. Fiddolin's music is on SoundCloud. The Platform House Band perform regularly at the Platform Bar on Hexham's railway station. The Arrival performance was part of the Seeds of Hope programme, a collaboration between Theatre Sans Frontières and actors and musicians from Northumberland and Ukraine.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's very nice to see you all. I'm David, the rector here at the Abbey, and it's wonderful to see you on a sunny day. After all the days we've had in May and June, to have a bit of wind is okay. The sun is wonderful. Very grateful to the Queen's Hall for arranging all of this and for organising this event, which will go on during the afternoon. People come and go during the afternoon. It's wonderful that people will come. We're celebrating in the Abbey our 1350th anniversary. It takes us all the way back to 674, which feels like it's back in the midst of time, but those great people we think about then, Wilfred and somebody else I'll mention in a moment, were people who helped to fashion our nation, and the Abbey was part of that and very much central to that. So we have a real celebration today, both of the Abbey, but also of the town that grew up around the Abbey, this wonderful town of Hexham, which is a real treasure to all of us. Today's particularly a day when we celebrate a woman called Etheldreda, Saint Etheldreda. And not many of the women, the saints of ancient times, were women, unfortunately, because it was such a male-dominated world, unfortunately. But Etheldreda stands out as a saint we celebrate. She was a queen, but she was determined also to have her own way. She was a strong woman who was determined to become a nun, and that's what she became. But she also gifted land to St Wilfred for the building of this Abbey church. So Etheldreda is our great benefactor, and we celebrate her today as we celebrate the ministry, the work of all women, and we give thanks for their work and for all that they have contributed and do contribute to the life of our society. So today is Etheldreda's day.
Would you mind introducing yourself for the podcast, please?
Yeah, I'm the Reverend Canon David Glover. I'm the rector here at the Abbey in Hexham.
And I've noticed that the Abbey is organising a lot of music events lately. Is this a new thing for the Abbey?
I think the Abbey's always done quite a lot of music events in itself as a kind of cultural thing, but we're doing more and more.
Perhaps a more diverse range of music.
A much more diverse range of music, yeah. And I think that's important. So that brings a new audience really into the Abbey. Yeah. People who might not have thought they could come in. Go back before Victorian times. Mm-hmm. Churches were seen very much as part of the marketplace, almost an extension of the marketplace. Yeah. So back in the medieval times, if it was very wet, I think the market stallholders would just simply shift into the church. So there's much more comings and goings than there would be later on, when there tended to be a separation between places of sanctity, sacred spaces, and the marketplace. That division, which was an unfortunate division, began to emerge. Yeah. So a Victorian church, particularly with the introduction of pews, which was a big thing through the Georgian period and the Edward and the Victorian period, it led to a sort of separation really between church and what might be called the secular, which is really, really unfortunate, because there shouldn't be that separation.
So even a grand place like the Abbey in those days would have had people inside doing.
I think definitely it would have been somewhere people would have come and gone much more in terms of their normal daily life and what happened than happened later. And it's why certainly I'm keen to see that kind of softening of the boundaries between church and what's outside church. There's a much more fluid movement between the two. Yeah.
Lay down, I lay down. Lay down, I lay down. By still waters I lay down. I lay down.
I'm here with Derek Kennedy, Mayor of Hexham. Derek, have you enjoyed the event?
Yes, we have been blessed with beautiful weather here. So we're here on the cloisters at Hexham Abbey. You'll probably be able to hear in the background Penny Grennan, who's been the chief organiser of this event. But it's been well attended. We've got lots of people sitting in the Hexham Town Council deck chairs, and there's lots of food stalls, and it's just everybody being fairly generous and happy.
Yeah, and the Hexham Town Council desk chairs are marked by a very impressive coat of arms as well, aren't they?
That's
so nobody can nick them.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
So Hexham is putting on a load of musical events this summer, isn't it? It's kind of music capital of Northumberland these days.
Yeah, we've so we're in our fourth year of the bandstand sessions. The Town Council sponsor this. We pay Core Music, who act as our agent. So in the month of June and July, we have a band playing for like two bands playing. We're now reach from 12 till 2. So everybody welcome. It's a free event. Do please come along and enjoy that.
Who are you looking forward to this afternoon?
Oh, well, I'm good friends with the Hex Pistols. So as a couple of my friends who sing for the Hex Pistols. So always nice to see them.
And my future I hope will be by the side of a brave and free male who enjoy being a guy, knowing a girl like me.
So I'm here talking to Sam and
Alice
about your band Fiddolin. Can you tell me a bit about the band, please?
We started a few years ago just because the three of us go to school together, and we just play together at lunchtimes and things like that.
We've just finished our A-levels, so before that we were playing most days together,
And you've done lots of gigs?
Yeah, we do a lot of local stuff and play with different local bands as well. We go to sessions.
And how many tunes did you play today? Because it seemed like an awful lot to me.
Maybe about 20, 25.
That is an awful lot of tunes, isn't it? That's excellent. And what are the plans for the band now? Are you going to go off to university, or are you hanging about, or what?
Yeah, we're going to different places. So our plan is to meet and play together in holidays and things like that.
Best of luck for the future.
Thank you.
Could you tell me your name, please?
Jarina Kvitka,
And you're here in a very fetching white dress. Why is that?
because in our performance Arrival, what we will show today at 6 and 8 p.m. in the Abbey in Hexham, I will play in the first piece of our performance Etheldreda. The lady, she gave a lot of money to build the Abbey, so she's a very important person for this city, for this town.
What is the link between Ukraine and Hexham for you?
Actually, I came to Hexham when the war started as an artist for the residency. So I had a residency in Queen's Hall for 3 months. And then Katie Taylor from Queen's Hall, she started to introduce to me different artists from Hexham. So I started as an actress. Then I was singer for 10 years or even more. And also last 5 years I do visual art. So like different kind of art.
Yeah. And how are you finding? Are you living in Hexham?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you finding it?
Actually, it's very beautiful and very safety and comfortable place to live, and it's remind me my place where I was born in the west part of Ukraine. So it's like near the Carpathian Mountains with a river, and here we have also a river and some hills. So it's very beautiful.
Well, you're very welcome here.
Thank you so much.
I can hear it, I can feel it, I can't bear it, so it's as it has to be. Can't keep waiting for your name. Those scientific song-like sentences. You're gone from me, you're gone from me, you're gone from me, you're gone from me. She said the apples keep on falling, taste them on their way down, and that's why I'm wrong, but it's not working. Trees are too high, the apples fall, they hit me so hard. You're gone from me, you're gone from me, you're gone from me, you're gone from me.
So I'm here with the 3 members of Blue Lass. Could you introduce yourselves for the podcast, please?
Hi, I'm Ruth Eliza, I'm the banjo player. I'm Abby Thomas, I'm the mandolin player. And I'm Holly Wilden, and I play guitar.
And it's quite unusual to have 3 women in a bluegrass group, isn't it? It's either mixed or it's all men. What made you form a bluegrass group?
I think we just realised we really enjoyed it, and it's nice playing in all sorts of different lineups with different people, but we really enjoyed having an all-female lineup. Like, it was a really fun, and it was a nice change for all of us who played in different bands with with lots of other men, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then it sort of came from there.
It just feels like a sort of different dynamic in a way. Obviously, we love playing with men as well. It's nothing against them. It's just like you say, it's unusual to have an all-female band in this genre and a lot of genres. But so it's like a refreshing change, isn't it?
It's really fun for arrangements as well, because it means that you end up arranging different harmonies to what you would have. Because obviously, as a woman, if you're in I play in another band, and all the other singers are male. And then I obviously sing on the top of everything on the top harmony. But in this band, I get to sing the low harmonies quite a lot, and that's really fun.
Yeah. And it's also quite unusual for a band to write so much of their own material, isn't it, in bluegrass? Because normally you play a lot of covers.
Yeah, it is. And traditionally, I think people do, a lot of the covers, but there's a lot of modern bands that I've been really getting into that are doing a lot of their own songs, and I'm really a fan of that, because we all love writing as well. So it's nice to have that outlet, keep it within the style-ish, but be able to do some of the traditional stuff, but also have. Well, we also don't just play bluegrass in terms of trad things. We do a bit of old time as well. So Fall on My Knees that we played earlier is kind of more of an old timey song, and the banjo tune Frosty Morn is from Doc and Bill Watson. So there's a bit of a mixed bag going on there.
It's quite a nice blend of them all. And for me, like you were just saying, Ruth, I love writing music, and I love writing instrumental music particularly. So it's really nice to have an outlet and people to play that with and bounce ideas off the work.
You cracked some very self-deprecating jokes about banjo.
That's part. It's not about self-deprecation. It's just acceptance that the banjo is the butt of all jokes. The banjo is it's just very common to have banjo jokes, and I just find it kind of vaguely amusing to do them because I'm the banjo player.
And there was a rumour going around the audience you got an EP coming out.
Was there? I want to start.
I don't know how that came about.
We certainly do have an EP coming out, yes. We're very excited for people to hear it. It's been a little while in the pipelines. We recorded it at the end of November last year. And it's just taken, we've just been sorting the artwork and sort of all the other parts that come with it behind the scenes that you don't really realise about. But it's very close to being ready, and it will be out soon. So if people want to find that, then they can find it through our social media at Blue Last Music on Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, first of all, would you introduce yourselves, please?
I'm Sabra Parker.
I'm Christopher Parker.
And where are you from?
Hexham.
We live in Hexham.
Yes.
And what is it that drew you down here today?
Music.
We're just passing, but the senior music was on. I passed this morning, seen they were putting the band stand up.
Right.
And then so we came down, and hence...
You sort of came down on spec and didn't move for almost 5 hours, actually.
It was very entertaining, very varied music.
It was very varied, wasn't
yes,
it?
Which was good.
We got the front seats, so it was like an audience. Yeah. We were the audience, it was just us two and the band. As long as you didn't look back, that's what you got.
Which was your favourite?
I can't remember the name, the three guys, the one with the mouth organ.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the platform bar.
Yes, that's right.
They were all unique.
Yes.
Because they were different.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, those girls are very good. Yes. I mean, yes.
So,
standard of musicianship is very high, wasn't it?
It is. We're just saying to be so local as well, to have so much talent. It's really good.
So we'll be down next year.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much.
Definitely. No, it's very good that Hexham puts these things on. And the music in the park, that's good as well.
We're very lucky in Hexham, aren't we?
We are, very.
We are over the years how it's come on from it's in the park and everything. It's just nice. There's nothing better than a sunny day, music in a park.
Shame about the wind.
Part the wind, yes. I hope we can hear ourselves with the wind.
Yes.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.
And I'm Joint Artistic Director of Theatre Sans Frontières, which is a theatre company based here in Hexham. And I've been working with this group, a mix of 5 Ukrainian artists and 10 artists from Britain or living in Tyndale, not necessarily originally from Britain. And we've been working together over the past year and a half and meeting every month or so and sharing creative artistic practice across all disciplines, so visual arts and music and singing and theatre and movement. And from that collaboration and getting to know one another, we came up with the idea of creating a series of events that would run from the spring equinox through to the summer solstice. So we created a movement and song piece that was done in Ladycross Quarry in March at the equinox. Then there was a film camp for young people that took place at the Queen's Hall at Easter. And there's an art exhibition that's been on at the Queen's Hall for the last 3 weeks. And now tonight is the final performance that we're creating, which is called Arrival. So the whole programme is called Seeds of Hope. The first piece was Departure, the last piece was Arrival, and obviously with journeys happening in between. And the whole piece is a journey, really. And it's exploring what it means for us to be migrants or to receive people who are migrating, who have been displaced often. So sometimes migrating because they wish to, sometimes because they have to. How Hexham as a town has responded to receiving lots of Ukrainian people, and particularly Ukrainian artists here, and how that collaboration, that meeting, that sharing of ideas and knowledge and expertise has enriched all of our lives. So the performance piece, the Arrival performance piece, is partly about Hexham Abbey as a place of safety and sanctuary, and about the founder of the Abbey, one of the founders of the Abbey, Etheldreda, who was herself a migrant. She came from Cambridgeshire and was forcibly married to a young, very young king of Northumbria, and so had to travel from Ely to Northumberland, which in those days would have felt like going to another country, another language, another culture. So the first part is about her story and how she then, as Queen of Northumbria, gave the land in Hexham for the Abbey to be built. The second part is looking more about migration now, and the stories of migration, stories of dealing with bureaucracy, and all those different hoops that one has to jump through when you come to a new place, which was partly our experience when Ukrainian people came here. How do you open a bank account when you don't have a permanent address and you don't necessarily have a national insurance number? And how do you get money when you don't have those details because you need them in order to get universal credit? So you have to do all these different bureaucratic hoops in order to actually establish yourself in a new place. And the final part is based on a collective poem which has been put together by Linda France, who's a poet from Tynedale, and based on writings collected from the general public in response to the Lost and Found art exhibition. So the first part of the poem is very much about loss, and the second part is looking to the future and what we gain, and that sense of connection and community and coming together.
And the music in Arrival, is that original music or is that Ukrainian folk?
The Ukrainian songs that are sung in it are traditional Ukrainian folk tunes. The final song that we sing is about the solstice, and because that's the other thing, is that this is yesterday was the solstice. And so we're marking that point of maximum light, maximum hope in the world.
Thanks for listening to the 3 Times podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe and tell your friends about it.